Hello. Um, so basically, some stuff may or may not have happened to OBS over the weekend. Um, and now some stuff might be messed up, and I really don't know what is and what isn't messed up. So we'll be learning together what happened. So the story behind that one is that I was preparing for debut. I'm being on top of my shit for once in my life. And I was like getting my shit all together. I'm importing images and backgrounds and browser sources. And then OBS crashes. And I'm like, hmm. Also, I'm seeing that we are unstable right now. That's crazy. So yeah, I apologize. I don't know what to do about that. My shit is just freaking out, I guess. I don't know how to make that less of a problem. But so I'm importing stuff. As I get all of my scenes done, but one, and then import one item. It was a PNG. And then boom, OBS crash. I'm like, ain't no way. So I'm like, okay, restart the program. Simple. Because sometimes she just has a hard time. You know what I mean? No. OBS can't even start up. Crashing before it's starting up. I'm like, ain't no way. Hello, Mr. Goldenfoot. How are you doing? Also, hi, Sally. I just need to explain why I was crashing out really hard on Friday, okay? So oh god, where was I? Basically, oh, maybe that was a little bit loud. I don't know, again, because I had to basically start over. Okay, so what happened was that I end up like I'm out here 2 hours like troubleshooting. I uninstalled and reinstalled drivers. I'm like, what is happening? Okay, I'm messaging people who like, may or may not know about this kind of stuff. I'm like, help, like literally anyone, please help. And no one knows. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. What if so then I start playing around with the files, right? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a copy of this folder, and then we're gonna see what happens. I run it, everything's fine, but it's like a clean slate of OBS. So like basically anything saved was like in that backup, right? And I'm like, okay, so it's probably something in the backup. So I'm trying to like slowly figure out what this is. No matter what, right? It was just not. It was not having it. So I'm like, okay, fuck. God, I guess I just there has to be a backup, right? I can copy and paste the JSON. I can delete parts from the JSON. I can figure this out is what I'm thinking. So I'm going through my files and I see one backup and I'm like, I guess this is the backup question mark. So I copy and paste it, upload everything up, back into OBS, but again, and I'm like, oh no, it was a backup from last November. I at first thought it was from January, and then as I was going through it, it was very clear that it was not from January. It was from November. So, and if anyone's been around since November, first of all, thank you. But you also know that we have been upping our game since last year, November. So yeah, I had to change a lot of things, which means that a lot of scenes might be fucked up audio and or visually, and we'll only figure out as time as we progress. As we progress. We do. I don't know. I don't know. Um, slowly but surely, yeah. And thankfully, you know, this did give me a chance to, like, you know, clean everything out. So there's a little bit less junk hanging out everywhere. So maybe it's okay. I don't know. I don't know. But we tried our best. And you know what? Like, if it's not like perfect, we only have to hold on until January 19th, because that's when debut happens and we get rid of all these scenes and change them out for new ones, and we have different problems there because I can't test them live, obviously. But yeah. But it's okay. So basically what I'm saying is, if something seems very fucked up, let me know, please. It's I promise you it's not intended to be that way. Can I say that date one more time? Yes, it is December 19th. I have a silly little graphic that I can import real quickly. And also, hi, Perk. I really did think about going live over the weekend and being like, hi, can we please test these things? But I'm like, I don't know what happened. I feel like this past weekend was like a blur. I just like didn't do it. My brain heard January and I was gaslighting myself. No. It's okay. It's December. It's December. I can pull up a little graphic that I made. And guys, graphic design is hard. Graphic design is real hard. Graphic design real hard. I don't know how Stelly does it and makes things look nice because my ass can't. Let me import it. Image called to delete later. Oh, I delete it later. It is. I know the menace technically just have like a secret alt, but I'm like, man, that's like a lot of work. There it is, guys. I tried really hard to make it look okay, at least. Using random assets I had already made and had. But there it is. It's Friday, December 19th at our regular stream time, just like on a Friday. Very excited. You might have seen. Oh, I didn't save that. Re-import it. Give me a second. I just hit cancel. Okay. So yeah, this is when it's happening. This is when it's happening. At our regular time. So I will be posting probably more about this because we have some fun things. I'm really excited to kind of like drip feed, if you will, a little bit. But like we're gonna leave this right here. There we go. But it's really exciting because over the weekend I have established a Tina design. Tina's got a design now. So whenever I have Tina on stream, she could be a little fooky in the corner. You know, we got a Tina design. We have a if you were around, we obviously have like an official Yapping design, but you know, now you get to emo as Yapping. It'll be very pog. I'm very excited to like show you guys what I've been cooking again, because I've been originally I was wanting to debut back in April, but now here we are. So I've been cooking for a little bit. So yeah, I'm kind of excited. Honestly, it's kind of weird. I was like, before stream, I was like playing Poke Rogue, and like, guys, I got sucked back in again. That's not what we're doing today, but I just need to like, I feel the need to share that I got sucked back into Poke Rogue. And guys, the computers, they got hands. The computers got hands that none of my guys got. Like, I was on call with like Leo and Entity, and I was like crashing out. I mean, I'm always crashing out, but like I was like crashing out. It was crazy. But yeah, it was kind of sad. It was kind of sad. Actually, we could maybe put. What happens if I do this? We just put me in front of it a little bit. I think that works better. Um, but yeah, how is everybody? How is everybody? This is probably the only stream I'm doing this week. I was seeing if I could like sneak one in the weekend. It's looking less and less possible, and that's okay. But yeah, how's everyone's week been? You know, I forgot today's Wednesday, and therefore it's technically like the quote unquote weekend for some of us here in America, because tomorrow is Thanksgiving and thereby kicking off holiday season. Hooray! Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Thanksgiving is kind of like, I have mixed feelings about Thanksgiving. I don't like strictly food wise. I don't think Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Um, I think as I grew up, I just figured out that I'm just not a Thanksgiving food girly. Like, you know, like you can't really mess up mashed potatoes, but I don't like turkey. You know, stuffing's great, but like I feel bad when I eat stuffing. Like I don't feel like, you know what I mean? Like I can't think of like a word, but like it's like the same way when you eat like a large burger. You know what I mean? Where it's like burgers are great and it tastes good, but like I don't necessarily feel great about it afterwards. You know what I mean? Or if you eat like really heavy food, you know? Like it tastes good, but it's also like, oh, I don't know, like I don't know. I don't like, you know what I mean? I like that's kind of like how I feel about stuffing, right? And since I don't like turkey, right? It's kind of like, oh wow, I'm eating mashed potatoes and stuffing. It's like not the most like nutritious. You know what I mean? I mean, I have like whatever vegetable we have, but like I feel like we don't have like a staple vegetable. You know what I mean? That's not in my household. I'm trying to even think because like, you know, we always have asparagus at at Easter. Um, we kind of do.
What happened?
Why was it two of them? Thanks for testing that out. Hi, Zero. I'm complaining about Thanksgiving food. I'm specifically trying to think about what like vegetable we got for Thanksgiving usually. That was a little loud. Yeah, yeah. I turned it down, and also there were two sources for that. But thank you, Stelly. Hopefully, it's less loud next time that happens. I appreciate though. Again, just another, you know, for anyone else who's just joining us, Biovia's got fucked up over the weekend. Yippee! Woohoo! That means that, you know, things are a little bit fucked up. So please let me know when things are a little bit fucked up. I tried to save everything as much as possible over the weekend when I was fixing everything. But you know what? Something slipped through the cracks, and I didn't have time to do a test stream. So here we are. Here's our test stream. Thanksgiving food. I mean, yeah, you should think. Listen, okay. Okay, do you guys want to go into the tea in my household? It's like not even that deep. It's like not even that deep. But the tea is, so we, like 5 years ago, we've had my cousins move to the sun, for residency. She was a med school graduate, and then she had residency on the sun. So she moved to the sun, and ever since then, we have celebrated the major holidays and then some with them. And there's just been a little bit of fatigue with certain behaviors, you know what I mean? For one, I just don't think they treat my mom super nicely, but like part of that is like, you know, it's like when they first move, right? But my mom was just it was just like, you know, like me and my immediate family. It didn't really matter what time we ate at, you know what I mean? Mom would be like, "Oh, dinner's gonna be late. Have a snack now." And like I remember there was like one Christmas when I was first went to university where we ate like at midnight, and and it was literally like a who cares, you know what I mean? Like no one cared that it was like that we were like eating kind of late. Um, so when they moved, right, we weren't used to really cooking for more than just our immediate family. There's four of us. So like that's an adjustment. And we would have like dinner a little bit later than what my cousins would prefer. However, I do believe that if you're going to somebody's house, you need to let them know what time you're coming over. Because we would get oh, um, we'll come over whenever the kids are up from their nap. And I know most of us probably don't have kids in chat from what I've yapped with. However, I think that's an awful way to tell time because one, you're expecting somebody else to know their nap schedule, which like rapidly changes as they age. You know what I mean? Two, you a kid is not necessarily gonna like wake up consistently, say like at 3. You know what I mean? Like that's an awful way to say, hey, we're gonna be at your house when it kind of boils down to, especially as you know the kids get older and may or may not need naps, right? To say it basically boils down to like, hey, we'll be over like whenever I kind of feel like it, because at first we're like, oh, like why don't you just set a time? You know what I mean? Like set a time for you know that they're gonna be up by this point. You know what I mean? If your kid tends to get up at like 3-ish, say that you're gonna be over at like 4:30. You know what I mean? Because that gives you enough time to like get in the car and then like leave and like come like no, my cousins have children. I am childless. But like you know what I mean? Like it's like a like hey, okay, hey, we're gonna be over at 4 because our kid wakes up at like 3-ish latest. You know what I mean? And I think we asked them at that one point, like, hey, like, why don't we just like set like a time? You know what I mean? Bro, just set like a regular time. You know what I mean? And they were like, oh, well, that means we have to tell the boys that they have to wait though. And like, it's like, okay, well, God forbid that the kids have to wait like maybe an hour before they go to somebody else's house. You know what I mean? So like they would be like kind of like pretty inconsistent with like what time they're coming over, which like is gonna impact when you're gonna start preparing food. You know what I mean? So it's just like I don't know, man. I don't know. There's also some like I've had a really hard time like naming what like happens to me and my sister. Um no. So this is all the background because shit went down today in our immediate family. But like you know, like also I for the past like handful of years, I had a really hard time explaining what happened to like me and what's happening to me and my sister because it's not just that we're being like that they're having a hard time seeing us like as adults because like that is it and we're not saying how fucking dare you, you know what I mean, like I pay no like that's not really it. There was something else about it, right? Because like we're like my sister and I are like the babies of the family. Everybody else in our family is older and has a kid, you know what I mean? Everyone that we grew up with were like like 7-ish years old, 7+ years older than me, and I'm the older one between me and Tina. So like it makes sense that they have like they're like, oh, like you're like just like my younger cousin, you know, like even with like my cousin's kid from Houston, I'm like because I was around with them for a long time because of university. I have a hard time being like, oh yeah, shit, you're like in 5th grade now. Like, that's kind of crazy, you know what I mean? Or like, I guess 4th grade, 5th grade, 4th grade, whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's like I understand that. I'm not saying that's not the point, right? There was something else like more like condescending about it. And I was finally able to put a name to it today. Like we've been like our this one specific cousin kind of like infantilizes the both of us, and it's like really like upsetting because it's like I have a job. I work 2 jobs, and then when I told somebody that I work 2 jobs, they thought I meant my real time, my full time, and VTubing. And if you want to put it that way, I work 3 jobs. You know what I mean? Like I am a busy woman making money, and I pay taxes. And I have to worry about a lot, like adult things. You know what I mean? I have to worry about the housing market crisis. You know what I mean? Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, there's something about it. But like, I have been feeling this way about like my cousins for like a long time. Like, I clocked it what happened pretty quickly. So my family's been hearing about this for like a while. They've been like, "Oh, DX, you're just like so against like our cousin. Like, you're just so dramatic about it." Was what I heard for a very long time. And then my sister slowly started to come around the block. She would go, "You're a little bit too hard on our cousin. However, comma, I don't disagree with what you're saying." Well, I don't think I disagree with what you're saying. That's what she said at first, and then it became a no. I agree with what you're saying. You are, but and also you are a little bit harsh on our cousin. And then today, we were talking about it, right? Because I think part of the boiling point was last year, because we were like, oh my god, we had like we used to do this tradition. You know what I mean, at Thanksgiving, to like bless the food, because we're not a particularly religious family, so we would do like a silly little thing to like. I don't know how to describe it, but we would have a specific thing that we do to like before we like get our plates and eat, to bless the food. And we try to do that with our cousin who is over with her in-laws. We for the most part like her in-laws, but it's kind of like there is like if we are like willing to host your in-laws, like you extra can't complain, you know what I mean? So our cousin, so like we try to like say, hey, like we want to do this thing that we did when we did growing up, you know what I mean? Because we do all the shit that like you want to do with your kids, and we hate that. Like, we didn't really grow up doing "I'm thankful for," and then I would go around the table. Not anything wrong with that, but that's just not something that our family did growing up. You know what I mean? And like, again, as you get to an adult, the things that you're grateful for are kind of the same thing every year for the most part, right? I am thankful for family. I am thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for having a roof over my head and not having to worry about being like evicted or like having food on the table, whatever, right? It's like steady, right? Like, you're not like, I'm thankful for these new shoes I bought. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's not like a kid, you know what I mean? So like a kid's answer is going to change year to year. When you're an adult, your answer doesn't change year to year. And the thing is, our cousins are so judgy. My cousin is so judgy. Different like can of worms. But it's like, you know, if we're gonna say the same goddamn thing, like, we know we're gonna get judged for it in our own like goddamn house. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, as adults, it's like, I don't know. As adults, the things that we're thankful for stay mostly consistent, and that's kind of what it's supposed to be like. You know what I mean? It's the same thing, because it's like you're not grateful. The thing that you're grateful for, you're not gonna say like the frivolous thing, right? You know what I mean? Whatever. But like, we're like, okay, like we all talk about all year long how much we hate doing this around the table, because it takes for fucking ever. Partially is because some people are very wordy. My dad tends to be a very wordy person. Despite what it may seem like on stream, I'm definitely like in person pretty like, oh, like, I'm thankful to have a steady job and for the love and support of my friends and family. Done. Move on. Like, I like to stay succinct in like these kind of settings. Dad tends to be a little bit wordier, so like it's like whatever, but like it just adds more time to go around, and it's like, I don't know, what if I just want to say, hey, how do I because my cousin's kids are getting into Pokemon, and I'm like, hey, like, what if I want to talk about Pokemon with the kids? You know what I mean? They don't like talking to me, but like, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But like, so last year they were like, mom was trying to explain like, you know, like what we do to like bless the food. And they were just like, oh no, well, it's okay, we'll do it later. Like, we just need to get like the boys their food right now. And we're like, okay. And then like by the time we all got our food, they were already eating, and we're kind of like, okay, well, fuck me, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that deep, but it was a little bit rude, and we're like, okay, whatever. Then we just like won't do it. Then like, it's not that deep. Like, I'm a little bit disappointed, but it's like, it's not super deep. You know what I mean? So this year we were like, let's just like not do it. Like, it's ridiculous. And then like the floodgates opened, and like my sister was finally like able to communicate her frustrations with the situation. Which were happen. I gotta say, has been the thing that I've been saying the whole time. But like, I think because my sister hasn't been bitching about it the same way I have, like her words have more weight. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. We are getting to the point where, because my mom's like very forgiving with family, so she like, so like so Zira says like, oh, I mean like it's like at some point you have to say something, right? But like, I don't know. We drew that. We're starting to draw lines in the sand, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't think shit's necessarily going to go down at Thanksgiving, but I might have stories post Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Hi, Krim. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, since it is Thanksgiving, does anyone have any plans? Um, for Thanksgiving? Honestly, I'm just happy to have like 2 days off. I'm happy to have like, no, I have the weekend off too because I'm like, guys, I'm like, kids, I'm not gonna be here. We don't have class. We don't have class, so we have to crunch right now. So I actually have the whole weekend off. That's maybe I could have snuck a stream in. That's actually like insane to me to like think, wow, I actually have the whole all 4 days off. I don't have to go to work one time. That's crazy. That's crazy. You're okay? You just ate? Wow, I hope your meal was good. I hope your meal was good. We're just yapping a bit. We're just yapping a bit. I'm gonna grab some water. Cause it's been a week and I want to yap a little bit before we get into Terraria. Twas you ate too much and now your tummy hurt. Oh, well, I'm sorry that your stomach hurts. But you know what? I'm glad that you can sit here and yap with us. Again, another heads up. I'm just gonna keep saying this until theoretically all of our issues have been solved. But my OBS, basically what happens that over the weekend I fucking lost everything. OBS said fuck you, and everything kind of like disappeared, so I had to redo everything. So there are going to be some errors, so just, you know, let me know. And if you also see like random shit, like I keep on editing the text box because it's like bothering me, but like, you know, just let me know if there are like fucking errors, because it's probably not supposed to be the way that it is. Of course, needs to have some time with sweet dessert. Time DX. Oh. Did I at least make a backup? Yes, I did make a backup. I made a backup of 1.0 scene collection and the current scene collection. So if something like that happens again, we're going to fix it. Then after today's stream, I'm going to back it up again. Because, you know? But guys, I'm noticing a little quirk with my new model. So like I have glass. I'm a glasses wearer. I'm legally not allowed to drive without glasses or contacts. So my the glasses that I have a very like thick like rim, and I know for like streaming, like with VTubing, it's recommended that you maybe don't have a really thick rim glasses. But you know what, like the model I've been using, it's fine, you know what I mean? Like if I take off my glasses now, there isn't like a huge difference, right? Put them back on, not that big of a huge difference, you know? But there is a major difference in the way that that the actual model does. So I'm either gonna have to like, okay, honestly, I'm gonna have to buy new glasses at some point, because I've had these for like a good handful of years and they're like falling apart. I sat on them a couple of times. Like, oh god, never put your glasses on your chair. I did that a lot in university, and I would accidentally sit on them, and it was rough. It was rough. it was real rough. And the reason why I did that though is because like I didn't really have a bedside table in university, so I put it on my desk chair. Um, and then in the mornings, particularly over COVID, I'd be like, oh fuck, I just need to like sit in my chair and then grab my glasses. Which means I would sit on my glasses a lot. They didn't break, but they've been sat on a couple of times. You know what I mean? Um, so I just the desk was a little bit far, right? The desk was a little bit far, but the chair was rolling, so I could just like roll the chair over, put the phone, and send it back. You know what I mean? It is what it is, okay? Anyway, so they've been stopped a few times. Like I do need to get new glasses at some point, but like until that time comes, like these are fine. Um, but yeah, for a hot minute there, I'm probably going to like stream with like contacts on, which I know that doesn't really affect any of you guys, but it's weird. That's weird for me. That's weird for me. That's why you put it on your desk. Then you need to get it. No, listen. The thing is that like I would be like, oh man, like I need to like I would like pass out and just like you know what I mean? It was just like a brain empty. Oh, I'll put it there. I remember that's there. Then in the brain fog of the morning, it just like wouldn't. You know what I mean? And the only reason why I would do that is because like the desk was I don't know why, but the desk was like kind of far apart. But I could bring the chair closer. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it was smart. I'm just saying that it was like a I didn't have. I'm just it was a thing that kind of bloomed out of a lack of having anything kind of like flat surface next to the bed. And also thanks for the stream. I appreciate the stream streak. But yeah, so they've been sound a few times, but that means I'm gonna have to like I'm gonna have to like stream with contacts. It's gonna be so it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something for sure. But yeah, I've been like, guys, I've been preparing for debut. Like, I've been preparing for debut. I uploaded all of the emotes. All you have to do is just slip into the slots. I think the only thing I need to do is like get my debuts, the slides together, and then call it. And then I'm ready. And then I'm theoretically just ready to go. And I think that's pretty exciting, actually. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm actually quite excited. I'm a little bit nervous though. I was talking to Ryusa the other day about this. Because I've been going hard on like planning my shit, okay? Like we have some stuff coming up in January that I've been like that happened like in the group chat phase since like the summer. But like we are planning real, you know what I mean? I am I'm excited, but I think like this is something that I've like, been like working on for like such a long time. You know what I mean? So I'm almost a little nervous to let it go. Like and like the more that I think about it, right? Like let me pull up my calendar really quickly, right? Like this is like, a holiday week for me. So I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be I might be live over the weekends. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to drag Tina into something. But like I'm not like I'll be here like December and then I don't know. Like I don't think like I'll be live like I have like 2 more. So this means so what? We have like what, like 4 streams away from debut, maybe 5 depending on if I do a weekend stream. But that's such a terrifying thought. Like that's like really scary to me. Like I'm just gonna change it to just chatting right now because we're not playing Terraria right now. I've been working so hard and it's like kind of crazy to think like I feel like I don't know, so many things have changed, so I'm a little bit nervous. I don't really know what it's meant to I don't know what's going to look like. I'm a little bit scared. I haven't for anyone who's like ever talked to me before ever, right? Like outside of stream, you guys know that like I'm not a knower. I am not a knower. I don't know shit. I'm not a knower. So like I don't think I've only seen like, like 2 debuts. You know what I mean? Apples which I'm so glad to see that she is. I have a little bit more behind the scenes insight with apples because I do like to yap with apples. Um, I like to see that she is going to be coming back to streaming. Even if she do got a lot of work right now. Um, I don't know where I was going with that, but I saw her debut, and then I saw like it was like a debut per se, but like Wispin's like reboot, right? So like I at least know what I'm going. I at least know like the schema of a debut now, which I think is good. Like everything ended up working out well, but like yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit nervous, and I'm not like saying like oh wow like guys you're gonna judge me so hard. Like I'm pretty comfortable with like the people who like stop by and yap and hang out with me, but like yeah, I don't know, I'm just a little nervous. I'm like I don't know, I'm a little bit afraid. I'm a little bit afraid, but you know what, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Oh man, it'll be fine, it'll be chill, it'll be fine. Anyways, I hope that on that note, I will say though that one of the things I am grateful for is that to have like a I don't know, I'm grateful for the friends that I've met this past year. You know what I mean? Um, it's definitely been like, I don't know, interesting experience, I think, for sure. But I'm glad to have made the friends that I've made this year. Like very unexpected in some ways, because like I think going into streaming, I wasn't really sure what was like gonna happen. Oh god, why am I like stomach cramping right now? It's like one of those stomach cramps if you drink too much water, but I didn't even drink that much water. What's happening? Okay, we're chill, we're fine. But yeah, I don't know. Like it's cheesy to say, but I am grateful to you all. But this isn't like something that I would share at the dinner table tomorrow. Um, just because my parents don't know that I stream, and I don't want. I mean, if I wanted to be an asshole, maybe I would say it just to stir up problems. But I don't want to. I don't want to catch that heat. I don't want to catch that heat. But yeah, I don't know. I will say though, I am going to a friendsgiving um on Friday, and oh god, why is it cramping? Anyways, I am quite excited for that because one, his mom cooks really well, and I'm like really excited to have his mom's food again. It's been like such a hot minute. But more importantly, this is like the friend who like has the girlfriend who doesn't like it when he has friends who aren't men, which is what I am. Um so I'm just like a little bit confused. I mean, I'm also seeing like old mutuals, so I'm a little bit more excited for. I haven't seen some of those guys. I'm excited to see them in Yap again. I saw some of them like at a wedding in August, but so I really actually part of me really has no idea who's like was a who was being alluded to in the oh yeah like all the old friends are hanging out, like you know what I mean. I'm like who because the people that I'm thinking of don't live here anymore. But yeah, so I'm excited for that. One thing though that I want to do again. Okay, so there was this little bunny cafe in Phoenix, not Phoenix. And wherever. So like my sister and I went to this little bunny cafe because like I was seeing stuff like on TikTok, and I was like, oh, like I don't know, maybe, you know, maybe I don't know, maybe. So we went to like this bunny cafe, and oh my god, oh my god, it was like so stress relieving. You know what I mean? Like, oh my god, why am I cramping? The bunnies are just so cute. Like, oh my god, like I know that I am a bunny, but like I truly love bunnies. I truly love bunnies. Like I can't even Like I can't, you know what I mean? Oh god, I love bunnies so much. Like mm, they're just like so cute and they have such attitude, you know? So we went and like we got to pet these bunnies and they're just so soft. Oh my god. Like we were in this one pen. We ended up like being in all three pen like areas that they had like you know like closed off and like set up for the bunnies. Um and like the first area that we were in, like there was two of them because apparently they're like super bonded, and like one of them was a runner. Bro was like, Just don't perceive, don't look at me," and we were like, you know what? I respect your decision. I will not approach you unless you approach me. You know what I mean? So the bunny the bunny that we were like hanging that we were like the black one, his name was Ash. Like he was just munching on his little snackies. He like didn't care. He's apparently a little bit of a chewer. So of of all four bunnies, but he was a little bit of a chewer. But like he was like, oh my god, he was just chilling, and me and Tina were just like, oh god, like they're so soft, and like they're so soft, and like they're so delicate, and they're so cute, and like the people were like, oh yeah, like you're allowed to like hold the bunnies if you want to. But I'm thinking, I feel like the bunnies probably get held a lot against their will. Like I'm not gonna pick these bunnies up. Like none of these bunnies want to be picked up by a rando, so we just kind of like squatted near them. You know what I mean? And like made sure like they could kind of see us, that Hannah was approaching them to like, pet them instead of just coming from behind, and being like, wow, you know what I mean? Because like even like our dogs who have like Bella, she hates that shit when you do it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, a prey animal is absolutely gonna freak like flip the fuck out. You know what I mean? If you're just from behind, so rando. You know what I mean? So like we're just like trying to be like respectful of the bunny, and oh my god, they're just so cute. They're so fluffy. Like, like and like I don't know what my life's gonna shape out to be, but one day I would like a bunny. I would like to provide a bunny a good home, but my current situation does not allow for that. Also, I have two very needy dogs, so but I love bunnies. They're just so cute. Um the second one that one of the ones that we were like hanging out with, like I kind of forgot to take the picture of the last one, because the last one that we were hanging out with, that we were like like in the area of, like, bro, her name was Willow, and she was very social. She was very social. um she's very cute, very social, but like my god, the bunnies, oh god, they're so cute, and I can't get over it, guys. I did send pictures in the Discord, so you can see a little clip of me, my and Tina freaking out, and us petting these bunnies, and the bunnies themselves. They're just, God, they were so cute. They were so cute, and I'm glad that we made like a reservation, because like apparently it was like a long like standby list. So we were glad that we made some reservations before we just like hopped in there. But yeah, and I kind of want to do it again. I kind of want to do it again. I love bunny so much, and this is the closest I can get. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But like, they're just so cute. They're just so cute. They're just so cute. Like, and I can't explain to you like how soft they are too. Truly are. Oh my god, cramping again. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Truly are just like, I don't know. They're just so soft. They're just so soft. Oh, it really is like a switch up, because I love Bella. I love Bella with all my heart. We spoil Bella to hell and back. She is not the fluffiest. She's a Chihuahua, so she's like not like, she has really coarse hair. She has really coarse hair. Luna does have like nice and voluptuous soft hair, stinky but soft. You know what I mean? But like, oh god, Belly though, not the fluffiest dog, but she does. I don't know. It's not the same. but she will be really aggressive with us when like when she wants us to, when we're doing like a little consent check, and like she's like, no, 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 keep petting me. She will like shove her nose under our arm and like you know what I mean, like yeah, no, keep petting me. But she was like, she will be like aggressive about it. Like Luna will like gently nose, put her like little nose like under her hand, like no, 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 keep doing that. Bella though, it's like she's trying to like flip something off of like the edge of her nose. It's so funny. Oh my god. I don't know why it keeps happening. Okay. I don't even know it. These are like I didn't even have like anything like that would like upset my stomach. That's like the crazy part. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I think so. Tina and I, we went to go see Wicked. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. We did see the stage. We have seen the stage play before, so like we knew how Wicked was gonna end. Um, I'll wait until like more people have seen it to like talk about my thoughts. But like, I certainly have thoughts about it. I have thoughts about it. Um, I have thoughts about it. I talked to Whisper about my thoughts. We were like on the same page. But yeah, it was definitely something. Definitely something. I have been seeing all the memes though. The memes have been very funny. The memes did not spoil anything. But like, okay, but that's not the point. So we're in the theater, right? And I have like my little like candy, right? That I was like savoring. And Tina sitting next to me, she goes, "Hey, can I have one?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I dip my hand into the bag, right? But for some reason, this is like the part in the movie where it's like actually dead silent. No one in the theater is making a peep, and it's dead silent on screen too. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna wait until like sounds happen. Generally speaking, it's hard to end of the movie. You'll know if you know what I'm talking about if you've seen it. Like it's definitely it was kind of funny though. Because like before, I was like, oh, like because before the movie, I was like, oh, like Tina, do you want any? Do you want any? Like so that you don't like bother me during the movie about it. And she's like, no, I'm good. I don't really like that. And then I'm like, okay, let's chill. Let's chill. Let's pog during the movie, girl. During the movie. But yeah, I think if ultimately, I think the non spoiler review I have is that for part one, we have Tina has watched countless. She even watched it on the plane back home. I think the last time I saw it was like maybe over the summer. And I don't and like I remember after I got out of the theater last year when we went to go see it, like I was like, "Oh, I'm down to watch that like again." I don't think I have the same opinions of that this time. Like I think once was enough. Like I don't feel a need to watch it again for like kind of like a hot minute. It's kind of like more my point. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. But we, so I know I talked about this like a couple weeks ago, but like Tina and I a few summers back when I was searching for a job, where we watched all the Pixar movies and we ranked them. It's a controversial ranking, I recognize. It's a controversial ranking. I'm fully aware. Um, I think we have now placed Elio in Inside Out 2. I'm just putting it out there in case anybody wants to know what the ranking is again. But I think this winter break, she wants us to go through. She wanted to go through all the Disney movies, and we're kind of gonna kick that off with Zootopia 2, which is kind of a weird place to start. But you know what? I'm kind of excited. I feel like Zootopia has consistently had production issues. You know, like I heard that like I guess Zootopia originally they had a really hard time coming up with the plots. They originally wanted to do like this like collar shot collar thing, I guess. and then eventually became the movie that we know now. And like, I don't know, there's something about the vibe of Zootopia 2 that I'm like, I get the feeling that a similar situation happened where they're like, oh, we want to do this thing, but like we we want to do this thing, but like it didn't end up working out that way, and kind of a production hell is kind of like what the vibes that I personally get, but maybe that's just me projecting from Zootopia 1. Like honestly, like I don't know what people said like when Frozen 2 came out, like, oh, like, you could tell that they had production issues. And like honestly, like call me basic maybe, but like I thought that maybe it was probably like upon a first watch, I'm like, oh no, it's fine. Like I don't pick up on that stuff on the first watch through usually, or if it's like been through production hell and back. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm excited for. I think because I think she wants to go watch it this weekend. Ooh, maybe she said she wanted to go watch it Friday. I can't recall. Either way, I'm excited. I'm excited. I know that we like kind of hate that we're in like the Disney remake, Disney sequel era, and like honestly, I didn't realize that like Moana live action has like a trailer out, I guess. And honestly, crazy that we're like at the point where we're like remaking a movie from like 9 years ago. Because didn't that movie come out in like 2016? When did Moana come out? Yeah, 2016. Crazy that I recalled that actually. I think like why are we remaking a movie from like 9 years ago? You know what I mean? Like okay, we're remaking Snow White. It was made what in the 19 I want to say 40s, but I think I'm wrong. It was the 1930s. That's crazy. I need to trust my gut more. Like, okay, we want to make a remake of a movie from like the 1930s. Like, questionable, you know what I mean? But like, I'm not like a diehard. I'm not like diehard like fan. You know what I mean? Like, I know Cinderella came out was like it was also one of the original three. It also started like Disney remake trend, kind of like that was like the Cinderella like 2015 wasn't like a bad movie. It was kind of enjoyable. You know what I mean? To me, I think like and like starting and then like kind of doing the Disney Renaissance. I guess it kind of makes sense, right? If you think about in terms of like musicals have really just gotten like kind of like popular again, like in the mainstream, really. So it would make sense to do like a musical, to do like musical movies, right? Lion King would make sense, just not as a live action because that is just another animated movie. Let's be so for real. But like you know, if you think about it, right? Like Lion King like is on Broadway. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It makes a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like it, like I can see why it happens. Like Little Mermaid, also Broadway, also makes money. You know what I mean? Like it makes sense. But then they just like you know what I mean? Like it's just not great. Not great. So like I can like understand, right? Like theoretically, why are we like are we just making a cheap remake? Yes, but like at least it wasn't from like 9 years ago, 9-10 years ago. You know what I mean? At least for the most part, people weren't like alive. Like the mass majority of the population was not alive to go watch Snow White when it released in theaters in like the 1930s. You know what I mean? Enough of the population was in fact alive. More of the population was alive today in 2016. You know what I mean? It's like I don't what are we doing? What are we doing? Cuz I remember seeing originally like oh we're making a Moana live action. And I'm like, that has to be fake. That was the first thing I thought. I'm like, this has to be fake. This can't possibly be real. I thought it was like fake news. I thought it was like I thought it was like someone just like causing more, just like stirring up more drama. I didn't think it was real. Like, that's crazy. But whatever, I guess. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? You know what I mean? Man. But like, I will say though, like, Inside Out 2, it was at least like a good movie, you know what I mean? Like, Pixar's kind of in their flop era, but like Inside Out 2 was like a good movie. Disney's kind of like been in like a flop area. Wish wasn't that good. Hold on. Wish wasn't that good. I heard Rob of the Last Dragon wasn't like super great. I haven't watched it myself. That's just only what I heard. I'm trying to think of the last Disney animated movie that wasn't like, that it was something that I've watched and enjoyed. Maybe I need like the list. I heard nothing except for the brother line about Mufasa, and I wasn't around the time that like Sonic wasn't like Sonic also like in like the same time that came out, because I just remember being like bombarded by like Mufasa Lion King like ads, and I remember at some point on Twitter they were like, oh, like the Lion King is like the #1 selling movie. That's crazy. We're doing so well in the box office, guys. And they're like, they got Twitter community noted. Like, actually, like, and they were like suppressing like replies too. It was like kind of funny. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, maybe Encanto was kind of the last one that I saw that I was like, that's a good movie. That was a fun movie. I enjoyed that movie. I would watch it again. And that was like 2021, so it's been like a hot minute. To be fair, I don't think Walt Disney Animation Studio has been like releasing a lot of movie. Like, I'm looking at the list, and like the one after Encanto was like Wish, like 2 years later, which, you know, animation takes a long time, but like Wish was like a major flop that might as well have not been a movie. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know, but hold on. I'm on hard pause. Hard pause. I am looking at the upcoming, I'm on the Wikipedia page, but I'm looking at the upcoming films, okay? We got Hoppers, which I think actually will be kind of cute. I saw an ad for it when I was, because what happened was that Tina sent me a TikTok. She sent me a TikTok. It was like Toy Story 5 ad. It was a Toy Story 5 like trailer. Like, it's crazy. It was kind of like what she was saying, but I couldn't see it, so I had to like go to like the Pixar page to like look at it. And I was like, huh. And we talked about it, and we'll talk about it. But like, and then I also saw like, I was just kind of scrolling, and I also saw like they had, I guess like Hoppers is like their next movie coming out, and I was like, huh, that's crazy. But okay, so look, so get this, right? Hoppers, Toy Story 5, we know about that. By the way, in the trailer, Woody is back. What was the point of Toy Story 4? And I think that, okay, I don't want to say that Toy Story 5 is going to be really bad, but I do think that 5 has a little bit more potential than 4 did. Because what was the point of 4? Woody doesn't get played with for a week, and then he gets all pissy about it, and he's like, fine, I'll run the fuck away. Who fucking cares? I'm with my girlfriend now, right? But like Toy Story 5's talking is like, I guess like Bonnie gets like a fucking iPad or something. Like Bonnie's an iPad kid now. Like, I think there's something compelling that we could have told, right? Like, who knows? Maybe Toy Story 5 won't be that bad, and Toy Story 4 is just the Cars 2 of the Toy Story like series. You know what I mean? Who knows? That could be possible. I'm just got burned so hard by Toy Story 4 because, like, guys, did we not? Like, we didn't, like, none of us watched any of the other Toy Story movies because, like, whatever. Okay, I can't get into it too much. But Simpsons 2, which we do know about, and crazy that's coming out in 2027. Because I think the first one came out in like 2008 or something like that. So it's been a hot minute. And right now, Fortnite is almost at the end of their Simpsons season. And it's kind of crazy that they did Simpsons season now and not in 2027. But like, whatever. What do you mean there's Toy Story 5? Oh, there's Toy Story 5. We can watch the trailer. There's Toy Story 5. We can talk about it. But in 2 years, they're set to release a Frozen 3. Sales wise, I understand. Kind of though, because like my kids that I teach, they were like they were like the Frozen generation. Like my friend's youngest sister, she fucking loved Frozen. She would remember when her dad brings home like stickers and he'll be like, I got Frozen stickers just for you. You know what I mean? Like she loved Frozen. It was like 2014 when that came out, you know? So there's Frozen 3 coming out that's like allegedly scheduled, right? And it's all subject to change. This can all be canceled, right? And also on this list, I'm also seeing a Frozen 4. What is happening? Like, what do you mean? Like, you're planning for Frozen 3. Like, okay, Frozen 2 was basically just for Avatar: The Last Airbender, but Frozen, right? Because I remember, like, when we watched it in theater, and, like, me and my sister look at each other, we're just, like, because, like, they're like, oh, like, wind, fire, water, earth, and a fifth element, ice. And me and my sister just kind of looked at each other, we're like, the Avatar. It's the Avatar. That's what's happening. But whatever. At least Into the Unknown is a banger. A lot of people can't sing it well, but that doesn't stop me from singing it also poorly in the car. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Frozen 3? Frozen 3? That's crazy, okay? Frozen 4? That's even crazier. Scheduled, by the way, for November 2027 and 2029. Crazier sentences to say. Whatever. And I guess, Incredibles 3, truly in the sequels era. Hopefully they actually have a story to say with Incredibles 3 that's not just like a repeat of Incredibles 1, because that's what Incredibles 2's was. Hate to break it. It's just a role reversal. And then Coco 2. Honestly, I'm a little bit upset that they're making a Coco 2. I thought Coco was great. Like, I've had to, like, my my maternal grandmother, like, had, like, Alzheimer's, right? So, like, we would see in real time if we're playing, like, some piece of, if we were playing music that was, like, somehow, like, emotionally meaningful to her, she would, like, kind of, like, snap out of it for, like, a hot second. Like, it's, like, really weird how the brain, like, how the brain works in that way with the amygdala and stuff. But, like, I don't know. There's something like so moving about like the ending of Coco that gets me every time. And believe it or not, my mom has not watched Coco yet, and like I know that she would bawl her eyes out at Coco. It's crazy, and she would like it too. But like whatever, I don't know. I think I'm a little bit afraid for Coco too. But I hope they cook though. I hope they cook. Sometimes I think like, Pixar's sequels are hit or miss. I love Frozen 2. Not gonna lie. Listen, I also enjoyed it. I also enjoyed it. That was one of the movies I would like watch again over, because like, okay, so the movie comes out in like what, 2019, spring 2020, COVID. I think Frozen 2 was maybe one of like the first movies I watched like once we were like in lockdown. Like I also enjoyed it. The music banger. Like I can't like unhear Christian Bell. I can't unhear Jonathan Groff. I most certainly can't unhear Idina Menzel. Like I don't hear Elsa, I hear Idina Menzel. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. And the crazy part is that like I think in like the first movie soundtrack I could hear Christian Bale as Anna. You know what I mean? But like in the second movie, I just couldn't unhear the Christian Bale. I couldn't unhear the Idina Menzel. I really couldn't unhear Idina Menzel in Frozen 2. I'm not complaining, but like anytime Elsa's saying, I'm like, no. It's just Idina Menzel. You know what I mean? I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but like Into the Unknown was very much like an Idina Menzel song for me for some reason. I don't know, man. But yeah, I don't know. I think putting a Frozen 3 and 4 on this table is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. What do you mean? Why? Why are they both on the table? That's crazy. Especially since Frozen 2 apparently had like some production issues. Again, not that I could really tell when I was watching the movie. Like I enjoyed the movie. But like I guess like they had a really bad time and like Disney was not willing to push the movie like at all. So like I guess if you like analyze the movie, it's like it doesn't like super hold up. I'm not saying it doesn't make it any less of an enjoyable film, but apparently like it like falls apart if you start like, looking at it and picking at it. More so than like other sequels or whatever. But like I don't know. I just hope that they I don't know. I think especially like, post Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, sometimes things need more time in the oven and studios are simply unwilling to give more things more time in the oven. At least Frozen 2 was like watchable and enjoyable. And it's harder to say the same thing of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet considering the game breaking bugs and this I think that was like the only game that like Game Freak was willing to like have returns on because like it was just that bad. And like we know this, right? I've played a little bit of Scarlet and Violet like on stream with the Switch one. It's not great. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I just didn't realize they were actually like I guess they would be like in production for like a pre-production maybe? Like planning phases of Frozen 3? I don't know. Either way, kind of crazy. Crazier to think that they're so confident that Frozen 3 is going to go well. That Frozen 4 has already been greenlit, allegedly, according to Wikipedia. I know anyone can just edit Wikipedia, but like, I'm inclined to. I have no reason to not believe this. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Oh yeah, last weekend also. I think I talked about this, but I went to go watch my kid in in her school play, and it was like okay. She was stagehand. She was tech crew, so she like wasn't actually on stage. So I was just watching a whole bunch of random children. But they've put on Mary Poppins, and I say that because I see Mary Poppins on this list of already released movies. Guys, I don't think I know the plot of Mary Poppins. Like I couldn't understand what was happening. Like I kind of know what's happening, but like I want to be able to like, recap it. Like I don't know. I just made me realize that I don't know Mary Poppins like as a show. Like, and it's kind of crazy. Anyways. Mary Poppins is so good. I don't know. And I know that I've watched it before though. That's the thing. Like I know that I've watched Mary Poppins before. Like it's just crazy. I don't know. I think like because I remember when they were saying like, oh, like there's a Mary Poppins sequel. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I can see anyone but Julie Andrews as Mary Poppins. No, because I remember we had like a VCR tape about it. You know what I mean? I remember we had a VCR tape. I remember we had a VCR tape because I remember that was one of the movies as a kid I would watch a lot. I liked musicals as a kid. I remember watching Saving Mr. Banks in theater, but like I don't think even at the time that I remembered that it's like the Banks family. Like, I when did Saving Mr. Banks come out? $2013? No, that makes sense. I was like, that makes sense. I don't recall Saving Mr. Banks at all, but I do remember it being an emotional film. Like, I remember that one, and oh god, what's the other one? What's the other one? Hold on. I have to look this up because it was like a live action movie in the same vein. Yeah, but I don't remember the name of it. It was in the same vein. Goodbye, Christopher Robin, right? Yeah, I remember that one. Was that 2018? When did this come out? Yeah, 2017. I remember that one a lot clearer, but that makes sense, right? This Goodbye, Christopher Robin came out in 2017, and Saving Mr. Banks came in like I guess 2013 apparently. But I do remember watching Saving Mr. Banks. I remember my mom crying through it, but like my mom kind of cries through everything. She cried through Frozen. Like I didn't remember being like gutted by like Goodbye Christopher Robin. That one was like a really sad, like rough man, rough. But like I don't know. I've always had an emotional attachment to like the Winnie the Pooh. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid. Like when I was like a baby, like 10 months old baby, my dad, I guess like for some reason, like I was at my dad's like business partner was like at the house or something, and he like, gave me like a little like Eeyore that I still have to this day. So like, and that's kind of like where the attachment started, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know, I was always like, maybe that's part of it. That's like, oh, I just like my brain attaches, you know what I mean, to Winnie the Pooh stuff more than like maybe Mary Poppins, but I don't know. I don't know. I also cried through Frozen. Fair enough, fair enough. We just kind of tease my mom that she will cry through everything and anything. Um, like to the point where we will be sitting there and watching a movie, and I just kind of look down at like you know like in like the theater. When we went to go see Wicked, yeah, Monday. That's why we didn't have much on Monday because I was in the movie theater. But we sat there, and like a certain part happens, and I'm hearing sniffling, and so the thing is, I couldn't tell if it was my sister or my mom. I couldn't tell if my sister or my mom, so I kept on looking over, being like, "Oh, which one's crying?" I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell, and my sister made fun of me, fun of that for me later. But whatever, it's fine. But yeah, I brought tissues to Wicked on purpose. Wicked, I think stage play wise usually kind of gets me. I'm just not much of a crier personally, so I did not cry through the end of Wicked. But like it's it. I mean, like I felt you know like the proper emotions. I just didn't cry. I cry at all versions at various parts. Yeah, I definitely have thoughts and opinions about Wicked Part 2. For the most part, Stelly, so that you know, my thoughts are the same as Wispin's, apparently. It's the two of us. I remember, oh, I remember whose stream it was. It was probably Reese's. Where they were like, oh, like, I'm off to see Wicked. Have a good rest of stream or whatever. Oh, I gotta ask Wispin once after I go see it. After I go see it, I gotta go. I gotta ask. So like I messaged her about it, and we were kind of like venting our thoughts about it. Like I thought they did great. Like I thought the lighting in this movie was so much better than it was in the first one. The only time the lighting was questionable was when they were doing like, oh, remember this part from the first movie? You know? Other than that, I thought the lighting was fine. Like, I could see everything that needed to be seen. I could like no one like looked like wash out. You know what I mean? Whatever, whatever. I don't know. Wisdom talked too deeply about opinions of Wisdom's very kind of me. Maybe, maybe she held her punches, but I just tend to be someone who I listen. It's not that Wisdom doesn't stand on business, but like I am somebody who will not pull my punches unless like you're actually down. You know what I mean? In which case, I just won't say anything at all. You know? But like I am someone who tends to not pull. I tend to not pull any of my punches, for better, for worse. I stand on business, which makes me come off as like intense. I'm aware, but it's who I am. I can't help it. So yeah, no, I have thoughts about it, but like I think ultimately my thoughts about Wicked Part 2 as a movie, it it can't, if it wants to be like faithful to the Broadway play, like it can't fix any of the issues I have with Wicked Part 2. You know what I mean? Like the way that I feel about Wicked Part 2 is the same way that I feel about Wicked Act 2. Like it's the same. It's the same opinions, right? I think. Spoiler alert. Like I think that Wicked Part 2, it's less iconic, first of all. Like, right, when you think about songs from Wicked, like True, For Good is always, you know, it's a classic. I can want to say No One Mourns the Wicked, but that's not true. It's what's it called? As Long as Your Mind is listed. There's also what's the other one called? Oh, I just need to look at the soundtrack. I can't do this. Because I can't remember any of these names off the top of my head. There we are. No Good Deed also, right? These are like the 3 songs from Act 2 though, right? And I understand Act 2 is shorter than Act 1, like stage play wise, right? But like I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Like you don't hear people talk about like, hold on, because they added more songs in Wicked for Good. I'm gonna find the list. Right? Like I can guarantee that no one's gonna be talking about Wicked Witch of the East. You know what I mean? Like that's not a song that's gonna stick out, right? Every Day More Wicked, I understand. It's not a song that sticks out in the same way that No One Mourns the Wicked does. You know what I mean? Like they're just a little bit less iconic. People, for the most part, really don't talk about Wonderful. The only reason why people were low-key kind of talking about Wonderful is because they added Glinda, you know? Um March of the Witch Hunters, did Ethan Slater pop off, and was I kind of afraid of him in that movie? Yes, but it's not like an iconic song. You know what I mean? Like all the iconic songs and numbers are in part 1. It is you know, the more popular, like it's the longer half. Yes, but also like people don't really talk about Dear Old Shiz. People don't talk about Something Bad and Sentimental Man. That's like 3 songs, right? But I feel like everyone else, like all the other songs are like iconic in their own right. People talk about it, whether or not I personally enjoy them or not. You know what I mean? People, for the most part, really don't enjoy March of the Witch Hunters. I hear no one talk about that. You know, I don't know. I just don't hear people talk about music from Act 2 as much. It's always just As Long as Your Mind, No Good Deed for Good. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, like, the climax is Defying Gravity. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that, yeah. Yeah, I think that they did a good job. I feel they did a good job. They did a good job. Like it was like a good movie. Like don't get me wrong, it was a good movie, and like I was able to enjoy like a lot of parts of it. The core issues that I have with Act Two are the same as in the Broadway show. So they want to remain faithful to the Broadway show. Like I'm still gonna have beef with it, and that's okay, and I accept that. To be fair, Act Two content in various media would be spoilers. Yeah, yeah, but it is funny. I've been seeing people be like really like media literacy is dead. Like it's not, and part of me is like, okay, like yes, media literacy is dead, but it's also not that serious. It is funny to be like, this is the Tin Man, um, in Wicked, and this is the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz, and it's like, oh, okay, I see. And it's funny to see like that disconnect, right, between like this interpretation of the same of like two characters or the same character. You know what I mean? Like it's funny, and I've been seeing people be like, really mean about it. Be like, guys, it's media literacy. It's not the same canon, but and I'm like, I understand that, but like it's funny though. It's funny to be like to poke fun at it, right? It's not that deep. It's not that deep. But you know, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I think that like the act two as a standalone movie conceptually doesn't work just because of the way, because of the whole like rising action, climax, falling action part of like, you know what I mean, on resolution, you know, and that's okay, right? Because like the original play, it's you're sitting there, you get up to the bathroom like halfway, like more than halfway through, then you come back, right? Like we had like we had basically a year-long intermission, right? So it's like I think people who have not seen the stage play were like wanting something of part one caliber, and I've been seeing some like disappointed like reactions online about it. But as someone who understands the stage play, like the disappointment like makes sense. Like I'm not like surprised at all. That everyone did really well. Like I've been having so much fun, like seeing all like the memes of Madame Marble, flip it around, Wicked Witch. It's got to the point where I was working today, and like Tina comes in and she just does she doesn't say anything. She just comes in with the and then flip it around, Wicked Witch. If you know what I mean, if you know the hand gestures, I hope you know that I'm doing the hand gestures. She just did the hand gestures at me, and I'm like, oh no, I know. So I started saying it too, but like, yeah, whatever. Um, I don't know. I won't get into too much details, but I did think that like Girl in the Bubble and No Place Like Home didn't live up to my hopes per se. But it's okay. It's okay. I understand we're in Wicked Part 2, so we can't ask for popular levels of like Slay or like Dancing Through Life levels of like, yeah, but like I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I was a little bit, I had questions. I had questions, and I understand a lot of the changes came out of the fact that Wicked second act is short. And they made Wicked Part 1 the length of Wicked the stage musical. I don't know. I just have thoughts and opinions. I have thoughts and opinions, so I'm just gonna wait until more time because I need to yeah about it. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was good. I thought it was ultimately I thought it was good. I enjoyed my time. I enjoyed my time at the movies. I will say though, guys, teenagers are the worst. Teenagers kind of suck to observe in public because I went to the bathroom during I'm Not That Girl reprise because like I've been drinking a lot of water. I've been drinking a lot of water, and like when I came out, there was like these teenager couple, like straight making out, like in the middle of the hallway for all the theaters, and I'm like, kids, come on. When I came out, they were still doing the same thing. I'm like, kids, what is happening? Go watch your movie. Movie theater tickets. It's not like the old days. They're expensive now, guys. Come on. What's happening? It just made me thankful to one, no longer be a teenager. Because being a teenager kind of sucks. And also to like be thankful that I as a teenager had a little bit of self-awareness. Not a lot of self-awareness. Just enough. Just enough to not constantly keep me up at night cringing at stuff that I did as a teenager, kind of a, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just remember, yeah, that was kind of annoying, low-key, but it's chill. It's chill. It's actually kind of funny because the movie theater that we go to, like my mom was like really afraid that we're gonna like run into people like at the theater. But like, hi, and I hope you're doing well. I'm yapping because I went to the movies on Monday. But yeah, she was like afraid that we're gonna like run into people like at the theater, but I don't think that we've ever run into people at the theater. It's kind of crazy. You be drawing? Nice. What are you drawing? I went to go see Wicked Part 2, and I was kind of giving my non-spoiler reviews in the context of like if you've seen the stage play or not. And now I'm just talking about my theater experience in general. I'm talking about my commission, then a silly little drawing. Oh, nice. I hope that the doodles go well. Their theaters are funky. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, it's so expensive. Like, why would you buy a ticket just to like make out with like a dude in the middle of the hallway? I don't know about you, but I didn't have that kind of pocket money as a teenager to like spend willy-nilly like that. If I was gonna spend my willy-nilly pocket money, it was gonna be on food. Speaking of which, I did get hot pot this weekend, and it slayed. Did they not have quail eggs? Yeah, and did they also not have lotus root? Yeah, but it slayed. It was so good. It was so good. I don't know why I brought that up because now I'm just wanting hot pot again. But like, it was so good. The hot pot. Oh my god. I don't know. I love hot pot. I love hot pot. We got like me and a whole bunch of other stuff. Oh my god. And the thing is that like I was meeting up with like one of my good childhood friends, and we have gone to hot pot together so many times over the years that we're like of like the same brain when it comes to hot pot. So like we know what the other person wants, you know what I mean? So we're like, oh, like she's a little bit more like outgoing at public than I am. So like, you know, like, the guy was like, oh, like, you guys want to order now? And we're like, yeah, we're just gonna order these things, right? And she has like stronger opinions on hot pot than I do, believe it or not. So like I usually just like let her order because it's like family style. So like, and I like, and I think I always feel bad because I know that she feels bad that like, oh, she's like, oh, I'm controlling it, and you don't get to say anything that you want. But the thing is that I like the stuff that she orders. Like I'm okay with it. And I know she's like a little bit more particular about it too, so I just kind of like let her do her thing. But like, I don't know, man. Hot pot's so good. Ribeye is one of your favorite. Yeah, we usually get ribeye. We usually get ribeye from the meat, and we usually ribeye and some like something pork also. Like my friend loves she do love pork. So I don't know, but I don't know, guys. Hot pot is so good. Hot pot is so good. Pork belly. I don't know if I got pork belly, but pork belly is really good. It is really good. There's one Korean barbecue place that like has this like pork belly that's like kind of like marinated in like some sort of wine. It's so good. Let's go to hot pot right now. Okay, yeah, let's do it. I'll meet you there. Hey guys, at the end stream, going to go get hot pot with N real quick. But yeah. God, I love hot pot. I love hot pot so bad. I wanted to take a picture once we had all the food. But we literally just like by the time we the food by the time the stuff came out and the hot pot was boiling, we're just like, ah, no, we're eating the shit. We're eating the shit right now. But guys, I love hot pot so bad. Like I've been like talking about hot pot so badly that like Leo, who has never had hot pot before, has been like, I need to experience this. And I of course ever helpful. I'm like, hey, just get on the plane, you know? Get on the plane. Come here, get on the plane, hot pot. But yeah, they apparently don't have hot pot where they are. Like they have like Korean barbecue, but like not hot pot. But guys, hot pot is so good. Hot pot's so good. And if you like don't have like it's so good. It's so good. I remember in like when I was in university, if I like over COVID, especially over COVID, I'm like, man, like you can't like go out to get hot pot over COVID. So like I remember I went to the grocery store and I got like hot pot materials. Like I got like the lotus root and I had to clean that out and I cleaned it all up myself. Like I like hot pot at home, but like I used like the the like hot pot soup bases. I used the hot pot soup base. I'm gonna put this over here. I used like the hot pot soup base. Like it was actually not that bad. It was really good. It was really good. Def needs to get in the play and go. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's so good. It's so good. Like, oh my god. They opened a new H Mart and you want to go so bad. Do it, girl. Do it. Do it. Do it. Just do it. Just do it. It's okay. I keep on forgetting to pick this up at H Mart whenever I go, but they have this like little at H Mart. They have like these like little like sweets that like my friend got one time, and like they're like hard and chewy, and I don't know what the name of it is. I don't remember what the name of it is, but those are really good. If I can find a picture of it, I'll send it. It's so good. Like, highly recommend if you can try. Just what you want. Apparently, it's the biggest in the world. I don't know how true that is, but the lines are like 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah. When they opened one up like a handful of years ago, back like where I am, the lines were like pretty bad too. Especially since like the area that it's in, like the parking lot was not made to be like a supermarket. You know what I mean? So there's really limited parking, and like the lines were really bad too. So like, I kind of avoided it for a little bit. Especially since we had other Asian markets, and even others specifically. We had like another Korean market a few like blocks down, so I just kind of like kept going to that one until like the hype for H Mart kind of died down. Um, yeah. Um, we need to visit here so I can go to get there. Listen, next time I end up where you are, I shall let you know because I'll be real. I think I've only been to Florida twice in my life. Twice. I'm trying to think if there's been any other times, but I think it was only like 2 times. Yeah. And like the first time, it was a complicated family situation, but we basically were able to go to Disney World like one time for like one day, and that was super pog. And then I think we wanted to experience, but we were only able to like go for like part of a day, so we got like it was like a really weird situation. Essentially, we were primarily there for like a family situation, but we were able to like spend like a couple hours like in the park, and then like we went again some years later, also for Disney World, but like it was not that long of a trip. I think we were only there for like maybe 2 days. I think we were only there for like 2 days, so no, we were there for like 1.5 days. So like we went to like different park, but like yeah, like I've always wanted to like see like kind of like the stuff that they don't have like in California, because I live much closer to California. So like growing up as a kid, like I've been to Disney. It wasn't like too troublesome to like go to Disneyland like as kids when it was a little bit cheaper. Yeah, so like I want to yeah, I think I've only been twice. And I think combined those two trips together, I don't think I've been there for a full like even like 5 days. Maybe it was like only like 4 days combined. Like we were not in Florida for a long time. Yeah. Yeah, we really weren't in Florida for a long time. I don't think I've yeah, because like because the thing is that we already live on the sun. So if we were like to go on vacation somewhere, my mom's always like, "Everybody go somewhere. We're gonna go somewhere where it's cooler." Like we're not gonna go somewhere where it's equally hot but worse because of humidity. And like I guess like fair enough, right? But like I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It was definitely a time though. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I yeah, I don't know. I feel like these days post COVID, I don't do much. We don't do that much travel for like a handful of reasons. But yeah, I don't know. Because like low key. Okay, this is my brain when we go on whenever we go travel. My brain is always like, oh, like food. I'm very food oriented. I'm very food oriented. I'm like, I remember the last time I went out to California for like, oh, it was like a girls' trip. You know what I mean? We were just gonna drive out to California for like, I think we did 2 full day, and then we come back. It was just like, oh, guys, let's go eat at this restaurant, this restaurant, this restaurant. And then I was like, oh, what do we do in between meals? Oh, I don't know. I don't really mind. Like, oh, I heard that it's cool to walk around this area. I don't know. I don't really have any strong preference. I really don't have any strong preference, but I do want to go eat at this restaurant though. We have to go get boba here. I heard it's really good. Oh my god, my friend went to this taco place. They said it's really good. We have to try it, guys. Very food motivated. Very food motivated. I'm trying to think of like the last time that I personally planned a vacation. Honestly, when I was like a senior in university, also for spring break, we were like, oh, like let's go to Austin for a day. I'm like, oh, or it wasn't a day. It was like a day. It was like one night. You know, like we left. Yeah, it was like I guess no, I think we only stayed for one night. Yeah. So we were like, oh, we gotta plan like dinner, breakfast, lunch, and then maybe dinner. But we're probably gonna have dinner like at Buc-ee's, you know. So like I was like, oh, like, guys, let's go like hiking, and then let's go paddleboarding, guys. It was like the only two preferences I had for activity in between meals. It worked though. It worked though. And honestly, the food on that trip was pretty good, pretty banger, pretty good. Um, yeah, like I'm trying to think, like, because like we ended up like, because originally we were like, because half of us were like seniors, other half were like underage. So we're like the seniors were like, oh yeah, like let's go like drinking on like this like one street or whatever. And then we got there and we're kind of like, I don't know if we want to go party for per se. Like I kind of like we got to the street and we're like, hey, like they have food trucks and stuff. Like we can just like I don't know if I want to like hang out and like ditch half of the group was kind of like what we were saying. So like we kind of like hung back with like and like hung out like and just ate food and at the food trucks. Like I don't know. I I plan around food. I plan around food. Like even when I was like in California for like my friend's wedding, I was like, oh well, I'm getting this meal with this person. I'm meeting with a friend for dinner, and then guys, let's go get dim sum before the wedding. And then well, we're getting food like at the wedding, but like let's go get dim sum for brunch. Food, yeah, exactly. Listen, like it truly was like because I think we're like, oh guys, like we should get brunch. We should all get brunch before like the wedding, and like we can like yap and stuff before we have to like socialize with everybody else. You know what I mean? We should all catch up, and like we were like at like this like specific like shopping complex, and I was like, we were like, this is like there was like a lot of heavy food in that shopping complex. We're like, I don't know if we're feeling like down for like Italian at like 11 a.m. You know what I mean? Like, or if we want like fucking like burgers at 11 a.m. You know what I mean? Like kind of heavy. They did have like a pepper lunch, which I'm a fan. We don't got that where I'm on the sun out here, but like I don't know. That's not really like brunch. That wasn't really brunch vibes. You know what I mean? Like that's like strongly like afternoon food in my opinion. And pepper lunch, if you don't know, is basically it's like hot stone plate with like rice and like meat and stuff. Like it is quite good, but like it is not brunch food. But then we were kind of like sitting there. And we're like, well, I don't know if we want like pancakes because it's like 11 a.m. So like I don't know if this like little French bistro gonna do it. Hi, you say thanks for the resub. We're supposed to be playing Terraria, but we're kind of just yapping at this point, and it kind of is what it is. But I appreciate. We're talking about how I plan all my vacations around food and meals. But like we're like, oh, like so we're sitting at like like we're looking at the directory, and I felt really bad because there's someone else who was like clearly there to shop. And like we were just like looking at the directory, one figuring out how to use the directory because it was like touchscreen, and we're like, wow, this is really confusing. It's crazy. And like two, we're like, there is like a place that's like it's not that like one person really wants to go get like seafood or whatever at 11 a.m. crazy, but like I don't know. We ended up on dim sum, and it was honestly maybe one of the most unhinged dim sum outings I've ever had, but it was awesome. But I think the food was like pretty average if I recall, but like it was an unhinged brunch because these were people that I grew up with. So we already knew that we were all already unhinged. So we kind of like started off conversation unhinged. Met my friend's girlfriend, and she was also like already like unhinged in a positive way, so she fit in perfectly. It was great. But I hope you're doing well, Ryusei. I hope you're doing well. I hope the Thanksgiving prep is going well for your household. And you know oh man. Yeah. I am a chillin'. Nice. 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 Yeah, I think most of the side dishes have been prepared in my household. So tomorrow, I think we're kind of chilling on the food side. So that's kind of exciting and pog. I don't know how. I don't know. I'm just like not a big fan of Thanksgiving food. I'm not a big fan of Thanksgiving food. I'm just not a big fan. I'm just not a big fan. And like, I don't know, we were having a lot of people over for Thanksgiving, and I'm trying to urge my mom to set up a kids table for like the 3 kids who are 6 and under, because the way it's set up right now is that we're bumping knees with everybody because we have to include like 3 small children at the table. We just don't have like the space for it at this table. And we're like, I'm like, mom, please, I really don't want to be bumping knees with Karen. I like Karen, but I don't want to be physically bumping knees with Karen. Or Tina. So we'll see. Maybe because I think my mom was like on like the fence about it because she's very much of like you know what, like kids need to like learn how to sit at the adult table. You know what I mean? That's like what my mom believes. And you know what? That's fair and good, but like usually they sit at the table with us, but like usually we also aren't like overflowing. Like there's plenty of space for like the kids and like maybe like one other person. But like I don't know, man. We're having 3 extra full-grown humans at the house tomorrow who usually wouldn't be here. So I don't know if there's space, man. I don't know if there's space. Who knows? Maybe next week I'll come back and say, you know what? They set up a kids table. It was great. I wasn't bumping knees with anybody. I had enough space to that such that wasn't on the verge of invading somebody else's space when by breathing. Maybe um maybe I'll come back on Monday and be like, yeah, I was bumping knees with Karen and Tina and it was awful. Who knows? I really don't know. It's a toss up. Kids table is pog for the kids to no boring adult talk. So here's the thing. We kind of already went right beef with this cousin, but like they very much expect that I think everyone else put as much importance on their children as they do. Maybe because like I don't know, the kids get to talk about whatever they want like at the table. Like the conversation kind of caters. It doesn't cater to the kids, but like I don't know, the kids get to talk more than I do at the table, so like there's definitely like, a child-oriented mindset when they're like around, which is kind of crazy because it's like, yeah, you are the guests, but also like you are guests, which means that like I don't know, there's certain etiquette, you know, as a host and as a guest that may or may not be adhered to by certain parties. um So yeah, I don't know. I think it could be very interesting. Thankfully, I do know that it's kind of like a meme at this point. To have like clashing political opinions at the Thanksgiving table. Like I remember back in 2014 or 2013, there was like that. Oh God, I think it was an SNL skit where they were like everyone's like fighting at the dinner table over politics, and then someone goes, "Hello, it's me." It's like when Adele's "Hello" came out, right? Like I remember that so distinctly. And obviously things that just kind of like in America have gotten like more and more polarized since then. But like thankfully there's kind of I don't have to deal with any of that at the dinner table. And every year I'm thankful that we don't have to deal with that. That we don't have to deal with that at the dinner table. Like because like I know not everyone is fortunate enough to like be in that position for me. Like you know like I mean I do have a homophobic aunt, but she's like not she doesn't spend Thanksgiving with us. You know what I mean? Like the problematic people in my family don't like spend the holidays with us because they're spending it elsewhere, and like that's chill and fine and pog. But like I don't know, I may be bumping knees with Tina and Karen tomorrow. Who knows? But at least I'm not bumping knees with someone who I morally disagree with. You know what I mean? It is a plus. Um. So I guess I do. I guess I just look on the bright side on that one. But I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be. I don't know. I don't know. And like, man, I remember like as a kid, like I loved pumpkin pie. I don't know. I think I just kind of fallen out of love with it. And plus, recently, like I don't know, my cousins are really into like the apple pie because that's what they ate growing up. But like, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm just like not a fan of like baked fruit. I think that's kind of like what I've like come to like know about myself eventually is that like I'm just like not a fan of like baked fruit. So fruit pies like aren't like a thing. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't grow up with a lot of like baked fruit confections. Like, why would you ruin an apple like that? Just give me a regular apple. um, Kind of how I feel about it. Like, I don't know. Like, I'd rather just have a regular apple. Real though. Like, I don't know. I didn't realize until a couple years ago that, like, I guess apple pies are a Thanksgiving thing. And I know that in Wisman and Sally's, like, Stella server, like someone was like talking about like Thanksgiving foods and like, you know, certain people in certain places do different foods differently, right? For some like regions in the US, like mac and cheese is like a staple at Thanksgiving. Um, like that's not the thing that we do at our house, but I do know it's a thing that like other people do because like Like I've been to like other people's houses for Thanksgiving, and they do like mac and cheese, like whatever. It's like whatever, you know. It's not a thing that we do. I don't know, for whatever reason. I don't know, but like I don't know. We just I feel like my mom likes to have like a very traditional food, like kind of like, you know. I don't know, because I've been like, no one in my house likes turkey, and I for years I've given up this fight, but I for years was like, hey, can we please not do turkey this year? Especially when it was just like the four of us. Like, can we please not do turkey? No one likes turkey. No one likes turkey, and like it kind of goes to waste everything after Thanksgiving. Can we not do turkey? No, no, no. Turkey is traditional for Thanksgiving. I'm like, okay, but like, what if we did ham though? Like, people eat the ham at Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like, people enjoy the ham. No, 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 no. Ham, ham's like an Easter thing, and maybe a Christmas thing. Like, you have to have a turkey at Thanksgiving. And I kind of just gave up because it's not really worth the fight. But like, I don't know. I just don't like turkey. I don't like turkey. And it always makes me feel like kind of bad though, because it's like I look at my plate and it's like I got a tiny piece of turkey because I don't want like to like waste it. And I have like, you know, like the sides and stuff, which aren't like particularly nutritious either. And I'm just like, man, I feel bad, but like am I gonna feel worse eating more turkey and wasting it? Or am I gonna feel worse about the plate that I have right now? I don't know. It's like a dilemma every year. I don't know, man. I don't know. And I think I don't know. I feel like Thanksgiving food, like if I don't know. I have there was one year where like the entire family came to the house for Thanksgiving, and that was a really fun Thanksgiving. Don't get me wrong, I had a very fun time, but like that meant that other people were like baking their own Thanksgiving foods, which was definitely easier on my mom. But I'm like, man, like I'm sorry, but this gravy, I know a lot of work goes into this gravy, but it didn't taste that good. That year, the gravy didn't taste as good because it wasn't my mom's gravy. It was like I don't know. It was a miss. It was a miss, and it was, you know, every sometimes you know, it was like someone in my family who like is known to like to enjoy cooking, and she has a lot of hits, but the gravy's certainly a miss. Gotta say, it was definitely a miss. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Or like other people's stuffing. Listen, I'm not here to yuck your yum, but like personally, I will be taking my mom's stuffing. Thank you, please and thank you. I don't know. I think I just prefer my mom's cooking. If I'm gonna eat Thanksgiving food, which I'm already kind of like iffy about, like it's gonna it's gonna be it's gonna be my mom's Thanksgiving food. You know, even Mr. Basketball misses threes. Yeah, exactly, exactly. They can't all be hits. Exactly, they can't all be hits. Because like I remember like when I was, oh my god, this had to be like throughout all of my schooling. Um, we would go have Thanksgiving at like a family friend's house. And like, mm, those are certainly times for sure. But like, I don't know. Their stuffing was just not as good. Now I get a little bit of both to be polite. You know, a little bit heavier on my mom's side than what else they had. But like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It just didn't hit the same. It didn't hit the same. There was some year that someone made us like a green bean casserole, but they used like canned green beans because that's what the recipe called for. That was a time. That was certainly a time. I think that was probably the Thanksgiving that we had like everybody at. So like I think the chances of like me eating that green bean casserole again is really rare, unless it's not who I think it was who made it, and we get more green bean casserole this year. Who knows? But it was I always feel awkward though when it's like I know I'm really big out here. I'm like, man, like if you don't like how we host Thanksgiving, then host it yourselves, you know. But like, I don't know. Maybe Thanksgiving should be continued to be hosted here because like I'm also of the opinion, you know, like if you don't like the food, then cook it yourself, you know. Like I don't know. Maybe it's better that we have Thanksgiving that we host Thanksgiving, but like so that like you know it's already like an okay holiday, but at least it's the food that I would prefer to eat. I don't know. I feel like from here though, like how long do we have in between Thanksgiving and holidays? Like 3 weeks? Kind of short. Well, eh, I don't know. I guess it varies. Guess it varies. Sometimes it's shorter than others. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I every day we inch closer to debut, and that makes me a little bit nervous. But I don't know. Like so, like for Christmas though, I think for a while we were doing ham, and then like my mom switched to this like steak recipe that's like really good, and like I don't know. I think like of like the holiday meals, Christmas has kind of become my favorite because like I don't know what recipe my mother does, but it hits every time. It's very good. It's very good. I recommend every time. I'm excited for it. Like, oh man, like I'm already like salivating at the thought of it. Maybe I'm just hungry. Maybe that's like the conclusion. I always like can't stop talking about food once I get like on the topic. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I need to like not think about food. Hold on, let me. What if I change gears like once, one time? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just have a lot to yap about, and it's been like 2-ish hours of yapping, and that's kind of crazy because I don't think I've done that before. Of straight yapping. Usually, it's disguised with like